How does business value influence the order of items in a product backlog? Oh, value is a key part of the puzzle, and it's often something that when I'm teaching or indeed when I'm coaching, people have lots of questions about. What is value? And unfortunately, there's no easy answer. Value is going to be determined by your product, by your organization, where it is today, because value changes over time. Right? If you think about it, if you're selling water at the side of a desert and some poor soul comes wandering out of the desert, that first glass of water is invaluable. They haven't seen it in days. All they need is water. The 100th glass? Yeah, they're probably over it by now. They've had enough. Okay. So value becomes highly contextual. And we've got to remember that. So how does it impact the order of the backlog? Well, it's an important part, but it's a constantly changing part, as is most of our backlog. Please do remember your product backlog is really there to do your best at explaining what you think you need to do to deliver the current product goal. So if the goal changes, the order of your backlog is likely to change. As your understanding changes, the order is likely to change. So when we're looking at value, the simplest thing is more value, do it sooner. But it's more value for low effort or for equal effort. What we tend to do is look at what I think of as bang for buck. Simply the value divided by the size of the work, particularly helpful if they're both numbers. Okay? And that will give you a rough idea about do this before that. It's not the sole determination of order. In fact, there's lots and lots of things, but it's a good starting place. Just saying, if all is equal, do the high value, low effort stuff first. And the low value, high effort stuff, do you even need to do it? Okay. So when you're thinking about value, have a think about what it means for this product. Okay. I've worked with people in all sorts of sectors. In the finance world, unsurprisingly, money often comes up as a key part of value for a product. It's not always, but it is there a lot. Okay. I've worked with charities. One in particular always resonated with me, and it was about best use of money to deliver clean water. Okay? So it wasn't about the money, it was about how to use the money for best impact. It was the number of people who had clean water for every pound spent. Okay? I've worked in sectors that they genuinely have to make decisions about whose lives to save. Okay? Value is entirely contextual. And that's what we've got to remember. So when you're thinking about how is it going to influence the order of the product, number one thing you need to do is define what value is right now. The best way to do that is, of course, have a product owner who knows it. Most people don't. Or it's not that easy. So what we want to do is work with our product owners and potentially the stakeholders and the sponsors and whoever else is out there in your organization to say what matters at the moment. How do we track that? Okay? Because getting really clear on what the key things about value are today for this product really helps you drive forwards. When we look at lean, we see the first thing in the principles from Womack and Jones is define value. And it's something that we miss so often in the Agile world, and in fact in most of business, is how do we create value? What is it? What's the thing that matters? So take your time, work with your product owners, work with the stakeholders, get really clear. What are the drivers? What are the ways that you are going to measure value? And bring those in. And getting clear on that is going to really help you work out that order. More valuable things come before less valuable, if the effort is equal. Okay? So value is part of the puzzle. Effort is the other part. How hard is this to deliver? There are lots and lots of other things that you probably do need to bring into consideration for that order, but value is a big part of this puzzle. How important is this to deliver the product goal we have today?